Alright guys, it's Radiant and today's video is on the Koda Hammer. It'll be some Zerg vs Zerg gameplay and it'll also show early on the nice DPS that it does to the gate. So here we go, purchasing it, and I've got a link in the description to a video I just finished uploading. It has a tutorial on how to get Koda Hammer and the most efficient way to get your Zerg into it without kind of wasting much time as you're waiting on the ice imp spawning. But yeah, this thing does around 300 DPS to the gate when you have 2000 power. It's a 3-second auto attack chain where you have three attacks in your auto attack. Here I'm telling everyone to enable auto attack. For whatever reason, it doesn't automatically enable auto attack on your Koda. You got to do it once you get in the transform, but for whatever reason, I'm telling my Zerg to enable it. I didn't even have it enabled. But there we go, I got it enabled and we're auto attacking. In fact, this gate's going to go down. We had a little bit of a tail. It's going to go down in about 23 seconds. That's the equivalent DPS of 12 basic rams, where half the users have mastery, and it's also, you could say, the equivalent DPS of 10 alpha golems. I got the DPS of those recorded. I can even leave a link to my video with the siege DPS in the description as well. But here we go, we are melting the gates, and it dropped really fast. Now the champ had RI, so I edited that out. We had to wait for like 2 minutes. But here we go to the champion. And in fact, when you do have a lot of Kodas on the champion, it's not building up the Defiant stacks, it's losing them pretty quick. And the champs get knocked all over the place, as you see there. And I've seen around, I don't know, maybe 20% more DPS when we're in Kodas. Really, I like it on the champs. It's pretty nice. But here we go. We are jumping into some Zerg vs Zerg gameplay. This was actually very unexpected as we're taking down the gate. I didn't even know there's an Overgrowth Zerg behind. In fact, Overgrowth has been winning this whole week, the past few weeks. We're Badlands, which has been last place a lot of these weeks, and even in this match we didn't have the most numbers, at least not as much as Overgrowth. But this was probably my first Zerg vs Zerg, I think, and the Koda Hammer, quite impressive, because we got ambushed, and it was Overgrowth's tower. They owned this, and we did quite well. In fact, I think we only lost 3 or 4 people, and we killed them pretty quick. I'm not a Koda expert, but I've noticed skill 5 is beyond overpowered. It's this big bubble, it pushes people back. It's a quite nice knockback as well. I think it's around 500, and then the auto attack skill 3 is a knockback, and that's very overpowered. You just knock them all over the place. They die pretty quick, and getting the DPS on the champion. I've noticed the Stone Gaze champion in particular has some issues scaling sometimes. I'm not sure why that is. I haven't seen that on the other champions quite like this one. But yeah, we'll be taking it down now, just auto attacking it to death. Getting knocked all over the place again. And I'm kind of getting used to, just a little bit getting used to the knockbacks, and even just trying to locate the champ because it gets flinged all over the place. But it's a lot of fun even with the knockbacks. Yeah, so we kill this champion, and we're going to go right over to another Zerg vs Zerg gameplay. In fact, it's the same tower, and this time we're the ones that are doing the ambushing. And I do learn a valuable lesson here. You'll see it in a second. So these bubbles are really nice. We're knocking them out, and I just get so excited. I accidentally click my weapon swap button, and I'm out of Koda. That was a horrible fake laugh. But anyway, I learned to, the letter E on my keyboard, that's my weapon swap key. I've just learned whenever I get Koda from now on, I just remove the weapon swap key, so I have to manually click it, because I don't want to be losing my Koda. Here we get spotted. We're trying to ambush. This one guy spots us. I think it's a Necro. I should probably just go up and over. I don't know why I went around this side, but it's actually quite fun fighting here, because there's ledges where you get knocked off. It's obviously not fun if you're the one getting knocked off. But Kodas here are very dangerous, because they just, with the knockback, skill 5, skill 1, knocking tons of people off the ledge, you'll win the fight a lot quicker. Of course, when I'm Koda, I'm so scared to take a death, because I work so hard to get my Koda. I don't want to die. But yeah, it works out very well here. We're knocking some people off, tons of people falling off the ledge, and we're getting our loot bags, and we're being quite successful. I'm not a Koda champion. You can see I don't use skills 2, 3, and 4 very much. I just love the knockback on the auto attack. Skill 3 is a nice movement skill. That's the main thing I use it for. Be careful, it just moves you forward, doesn't move you towards your target necessarily. And if there's a ledge nearby, you might fall off it if you're not careful. Now we're ambushing at Frost Reach. We are at the south gate of the keep, and there's nothing Overgrowth can do here. When we get our bubbles up, and they just kind of get knocked into a corner, and you just can't get out of it unless you got stability. and I kind of choke this away. I get in this one spot, I'm sure everyone's seen it before. You get kind of this low area, and you can definitely jump out of it. It's just the way it tricks your camera, it's just hard to see to get out of it. And I should have, I mean, as many times this has happened to me, you think I'd be better at getting out of it, but nope. I stay in there for half the battle and probably lose a few precursors because of it. But I've found these very successful in Zerg vs. Zerg. In fact, I think my favorite thing is probably the gate DPS they do. But yeah, they do insane. They're pretty insane at Zerg vs. Zerg. I mean, better than nothing. I think I've noticed we've done better because we were wiping to overgrowth in this match before we got in Kodas, and after we got in Kodas, started doing a lot better. Here, skill 5, you can knock them right into the center. They just fall off instantly. It's quite cool. A lot of fun doing that and wiping them again. But of course, we own workshops, so the champion definitely helps. I just love getting my Zerg. Now, I will say, getting your Zerg and Koda Hammer, if you do efficient routes, it's pretty. It only takes 2 additional minutes on Frost Reach side. Now watch this. Look at them all get knocked off. Oh my goodness. They're all getting knocked off. And I learned a lesson. In fact, I should have already known. Use stability when you get near the rams. You're going to get feared off otherwise. And I'm going to get feared off. There we go. There goes my Koda. Oh, it was so sad when that happened. But anyway, I'm going to start getting Kodas more often as I do this because they're just a lot of fun being in them. And doing Zerg vs. Zerg in them, it helps. And then the gate DPS is my favorite thing. You do have to watch out for the Overgrowth Keep Champion. He turned us into rabbits, and we lost 95% of our Kodas. So that's a very big issue. I'm thinking we'll just have our Kodas stack and not even touch the champion. They'll just go in for keep credit after the people that are not in Koda finish it off. But I don't know. I mean, that's the biggest issue with Kodas. But if you do have efficient routes, you're only going to be in Frost Reach side for about 2 additional minutes by doing the Kodas. That's why I love doing them. But yeah, I'll leave a link to how to do the Koda Hammer in the description. That'll wrap up this video, so thanks for watching.